To show you guys everything going on. Watermelons, soldier fly larvae now. I've got mealworm, tomatoes, grapes. There's lots of things going on. Let's check it out. It's now July 18th, 2018. Just have some extra starts here. There's some lettuce, some more chard, lettuce and chard. There's this time of year in San Diego is basically like our winter, our downtime, August, September. So it's just not a time to be planting much. I just kind of direct seed at that time and just let my summer crops go. So yeah, all this is empty. The banana trees are doing super good, setting off new growth. In here, got some onions ready, tomatillos, got some watermelons. These are Jubilee watermelons. I saved all the seed from last year and planted them. The transplants are from the seed that I saved, so that's pretty cool. So I'm very excited to try those out this year. There's the apple trees I grafted from my recent grafting video. This was my wife's flower garden. It's just kind of on its way out now that it's getting in the full summer here. But I just had amazing poppies, wildflowers, sunflowers. You can see a lot of the seeds now are coming out of the sunflower. Feeding those to the chickens and saving a few to plant next year. Grapes did so good. These are first year clusters. I'm gonna harvest these in the next day or so. Okay, look how big this is. This is a first year grape. These are flame seedless grapes, your standard kind of commercial variety. There's another cluster. I already pulled 2 clusters off of this. So it's pretty amazing. I was under the impression that grapes really didn't produce good fruit in the first year, and that's what I've experienced before when I've planted grapes. It took a couple years, but these ones I've been feeding my worm tea, giving compost to, and just spraying tea on them almost every week, non-stop. You know, obviously I can't definitively say that that helps make that happen, but hey, that variety and this small Concord variety both put off amazing grapes in the first year. So through here, everything's doing good. These are some boysenberries that have stopped producing, basically, but the blackberries have been incredible. We've probably got at least 15 baskets of blackberries already. And this is the first year, the first fruiting season, and then it's even got a bunch more fruit on here. A bunch of fruit just got set. There's not really many more blossoms, so it's done, but we're gonna have one more flush of berries, so that's pretty special. Something new going on. My buddies Peter and Brian came over and they helped me set up my neighbor's yard a little bit. I got permission and the neighbors are pretty stoked on it because nothing was going on back here. And now there's some green. So, you know, we just had some fun just putting together a bootstrap garden back here. So, you know, it was all the leftover seedlings and stuff that I had from the spring. So in here, you got comfrey, borage, yarrow, peppers in here, marigolds, we got cayenne, jalapeno, cucumbers. Through here, we've got a pumpkin. I think that's fennel or dill. We got chard. Some more watermelon. The plants looked really healthy about a month ago. You know, all I did out here was we put some really good compost that I made in the ground. We sprayed them with tea. We haven't been spraying tea the last couple of weeks, or 3 weeks actually, so the health has gone down just because the nutrients in this soil aren't very good. But it's still producing fruit in an area that, you know, looks like a complete wasteland, but you inoculate with some good bacteria, some good nutrients, compost, and an area can really come alive. So here's the watermelons. You know, they're just planted in different spots, just stretching out everywhere. This is the best watermelon of the season. This is just like a big flower garden that we put on top. There's alyssum in here and the other flowers. These are some sunchokes that I got from my neighbor, Babette. Thank you so much, Babette. I've been loving these. Can't wait to see them flower. And sunchokes are an edible sunflower, essentially. They're in the lettuce family, but they have an edible root, and then they produce flowers that look like small sunflowers. Then over here, we've got some artichoke. These were given to me by another farmer. I haven't grown artichokes since I grew them with my mom back when I was like 12 years old, so I'm very excited to grow them. These are just a couple aloe vera plants, because over in that corner where I planted the berries, there was a lot of aloe vera, so I just ripped it out of the ground and then stuck it in the ground here. And it's doing decently. I basically don't water it at all. but it's surviving. Okay, over here, I'm making a full featured how to make backyard compost video, complete with all of the, techniques and all the different variables that you need to consider when trying to make a good compost pile. So that video will be coming out soon. It's another pile I made recently. Worms are doing really good right now. They've just started really migrating up to the next bin, I noticed. They're starting to really create a population in the upper bin now. So that means that this bottom one's probably a couple weeks away from harvesting. But I'm still trying to work through all this that I harvested in the last one. I just need to start blending in my worm castings in when I fertilize and add compost to my grow beds out there. I'll start blending that in. I just can't use it enough with all my teas. Oh, and then this is a really exciting one, guys. It's kind of gross, so you've been warned. But what this is one of the big solutions to feeding chickens for free. Okay, these are called soldier fly larvae. They come from a fly that we normally don't see or pay attention to. And they lay these larvae that become excellent protein and fat for our chickens. You can feed them waste from anywhere, restaurants, kitchen scraps. You can feed them meat, dairy. They can even live on manure. Some pig farms have used them for manure as well. So basically they're feeding right now. Once they become big enough where they're ready to pupate and turn into the fly, they'll then stop. And then they are going to want to escape this box to look for soil to dig down into to pupate. So what they'll do is they'll climb up these ramps I've created, fall down this hole, and fall out into the chicken coop where they're going to be eaten, or I could have them fall into a bucket where I could collect them. So yeah, guys, this is a really cool one. I tried to get this to work last year and I failed. This year is the best year I've had with it, and we'll see how it goes. I've got a whole video about how to build a box like this that I invented, and then a whole video about how I'm starting the box and how to take care of them and all of that. I'm just trying to, really dial in how this works before I transmit the information to you guys. So anyway, stay tuned, guys. This is something I'm really excited about. Showing how you can raise really good food for your chickens or pigs or fish, basically for free, just on food waste materials. So this is another insect system. This is mealworms. These are actually the beetle stage, and where I'm at right now in the life cycle, they've all turned into beetles, and now I'm waiting for them to lay eggs and create more mealworms, and then that'll complete the cycle. So I've done this before and I've failed because I wasn't paying enough attention to them and they died out. But basically you can just feed them carrots and potatoes. They get nutrition and moisture from that. I read once they're established more that you can feed them some other foods. But yeah, still trying to get them to lay their eggs and establish themselves. And this is just something I built from a couple little totes. I have a video about how I made this, but until I'm successful at raising them, I'm not gonna put out the video until I know this is an actual system that'll work. We will see. Many experiments going on right now. And yeah, the girls are doing good. No huge updates on them. They're just doing their thing as always. Yeah, they're all super healthy. They've had, zero issues or problems. Just, good girls. They survived the 102-degree heat we had the other week. The passion fruit's now coming inside of the coop. It's starting to put off some fruit now too. So the tomato trellis system is really amazing. Gonna make this trellis slightly higher next year as well. There's a few little things I'm gonna do to make this system even better, but overall a giant success. Check out the harvest on my tomatoes here. I've got like 30 baskets about, ready for tomorrow's market. Gonna be harvesting more tomorrow as well. Just been super happy with the production and quality of the tomatoes this year. The cucumbers are doing awesome. The shade cloth, this is brand new for me too, you guys, this year. This is 50% shade. It's allowed me to grow greens, and as you can see, lettuce, that's tatsoi there, arugula there. I've got my chard and kale under the 50%, and it's not bolting at all. Even through that 100-degree heat, the kale and chard did not bolt, the lettuce doesn't bolt. It still tastes good. It's staying sweet. It does not get bitter. Yeah, the shade cloth's amazing. Highly recommended if you're in a area that gets, 90 degrees or more temperatures in the summer, which most of us do. It's something you can experiment with. Definitely check out the shade percentage that's good for your area. Cukes have been doing insanely good. They've been doing too good. I can't sell all the cucumbers, there's just so many. The dragon fruit and passion fruit along here are doing well, and I've got a passion fruit down there as well. I'm hoping by a year from now that those passion fruit will be as big as that one is. The passion fruit over there, that's like 1 year's worth of growth right there. And it's starting to produce fruit now too, which is really cool. Really happy with the basil. The basil and cucumbers, I can't sell enough of it. The plants are too prolific. But yeah, I love interplanting basil amongst the tomatoes. You can just see how well they do. And if you've ever grown basil, you know as it gets hotter into the summer season, that heat and that light really causes them to flower out. So interplanting basil is really good just because the tomatoes will shade out some of the basil, and that prevents them from going to flower as quickly. It gives you a better harvest, gives you better leaves. So I don't really see myself even needing to plant a single bed worth of basil because I can get so much production just off interplanting. It wouldn't be as efficient for me to use up bed space for basil, just basil alone. The apple tree's doing crazy good. It's in a huge growth spurt right now. I cannot wait to see what it looks like in a year from now. It's gonna be pretty big, and it even put off more fruit. We already got some apples and it's putting off more. This is an Anna apple, very famous here in San Diego because it's low chill. It doesn't need a lot of chill hours below 40 degrees to produce fruit. And here's a couple more pots to show you guys. This is just my fun little tropical area, and I utilize the drip that's from the AC from my landlords, and I just let it drip down onto the plumeria and this elephant ear plant. I don't know what the exact name of it is. Got a loquat here. This is a fig tree that I air layered. Air layering is a type of propagation technique that I'm going to show this year. I'll definitely be doing a video about it. I got it from a tree at the Bancroft Sustainability Center, which is this awesome place down the street from me that a couple friends run, do teaching about gardening and propagating. I want to say it's a panache fig. I need to look it up though, but they're just insanely delicious.